As you settle in tonight, imagine yourself stepping into a quiet studio where time moves differently. The walls are soft with shadows. The air is still. And in this space, ancient hands once worked in peaceful rhythm, shaping beauty without hurry, without pressure, without the need to be anywhere else. Creative flow emerges when you become deeply engaged in an ancient art, allowing the mind to gently release daily worries and enter a state of effortless presence. It is not something you force. It is something you allow. And tonight, as you listen, you are allowing it. In flow, time seems to dissolve, much like the timeless focus ancient artists sought in contemplative creation for inner peace. Minutes become hours, or perhaps hours become minutes. The clock loses its meaning. All that remains is the gentle rhythm of making, breathing, being. You don't need to be an artist to experience this. You don't need skill, training, or talent. The ancients understood that anyone with hands and breath could find tranquility through making. A child shaping mud. An elder folding paper. A wanderer stacking stones. All of them knew this quiet truth. Tonight, as you listen, breathe slowly with each fact, letting calm deepen with every word. There is no rush. There is no finish line. You are simply here, in this moment, listening to stories of how human hands have found peace for thousands of years. Ancient traditions viewed creative flow as a bridge to tranquility, where the act of making becomes a gentle path to unwinding. It is not about the finished product. It is about the making itself. The way the hands move. The way the breath steadies. The way the mind grows quiet when given something simple to focus on. The rhythmic nature of ancient arts invites slow breathing, syncing body and mind for profound serenity. A potter's wheel spinning. A needle pulling thread. A brush gliding across paper. Each of these movements has a rhythm, and that rhythm becomes your rhythm, matching the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Engaging in meditative arts activates alpha brain waves, promoting deep relaxation similar to the early stages of sleep. Your brain begins to shift. The constant chatter softens. The alert, problem-solving mind steps back, and something gentler takes its place. Something closer to dreaming. Imagine your own creative flow unfolding as you drift, your hands shaping something beautiful in your mind's eye. Perhaps you are smoothing wet clay. Perhaps you are arranging flowers. Perhaps you are drawing a circle, slowly, with care. You don't have to know what it is. You only have to let the image come. Focused creation in art forms quiets the mind's chatter, fostering the same calm that prepares the body for restorative sleep. When your attention is held by something simple and rhythmic, the thoughts that usually spin and tangle begin to loosen. They don't disappear entirely, but they lose their grip. They become background noise, then silence. Many ancient artists practiced their crafts as moving meditations, finding joy in repetitive, mindful motions. They did not call it meditation. They simply called it work. But the work was also prayer. The work was also rest. The work was also a way of coming home to themselves, again and again, with every stroke, every stitch, every turn of the wheel. You are safe in this contemplative space, held by wisdom thousands of years old. The hands that shaped the first clay vessels. The hands that wove the first baskets. The hands that painted the first symbols on cave walls. All of those hands are with you now, in a way. Their patience, their presence, their peace, it is still here, waiting for you to step into it. And so, as your body begins to soften, as your breath deepens, as your mind starts to drift, know that you are not alone. You are part of a long, quiet lineage of people who understood that creation is not about achieving. It is about being. And tonight, you are simply being here, breathing, listening, and allowing yourself to rest. Flow state, a term named by psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, is when you're so absorbed in an activity that time disappears and worry fades. You have probably felt it before. Perhaps while cooking, or walking, or listening to music. That sense of being fully here, fully engaged, without effort or strain. That is flow. Flow state reduces stress hormones, helping the nervous system shift into a parasympathetic mode ideal for deep relaxation. Your body begins to understand that it is safe. That there is no threat. That it can let down its guard and simply exist, without vigilance, without tension, without the constant readiness to react. Creative absorption in art can lower anxiety, creating space for peaceful thoughts to emerge naturally. When your hands are busy, your mind can rest. When your attention is held by something outside yourself, the internal noise begins to quiet. Not because you are forcing it to be quiet, but because it has been given permission to soften. Ancient artisans experienced flow regularly, even without naming it. Pottery wheels, looms, and carving tools naturally induce it. They did not read books about flow. They did not attend workshops or take classes. They simply worked, and in the working, they found it. Over and over. Day after day. A rhythm that sustained them through long winters and hard seasons. Flow requires balance. The task must challenge you enough to hold attention, but not so much that it causes frustration. Too easy, and the mind wanders. Too difficult, and the body tenses. But right in the middle, in that sweet spot of gentle challenge, flow emerges like a quiet stream, and you can wade into it without thinking. Creative flow in ancient arts boosts dopamine gently, enhancing mood without overstimulation. It is not the sharp spike of a notification or a sugary treat. It is softer, more sustained. A gentle warmth that spreads through you as you work, leaving you feeling satisfied, calm, and quietly happy. Repetitive, rhythmic actions, like brush strokes or weaving, help the brain shift from active thinking to meditative presence. The hands know what to do. The body takes over. And the mind, freed from its constant planning and analyzing, can finally rest. Not by going blank, but by simply being present with the motion. Flow states improve sleep by reducing rumination before bed, allowing the mind to settle naturally. When you have spent time in flow during the day, your mind has less to process at night. It has already released some of the tension. It has already found some peace. And so, when you lie down, sleep comes more easily. You don't need to be skilled to experience flow. Beginners can enter it through simple, focused repetition. A child coloring inside the lines. A novice folding paper into shapes. A first-time potter centering clay. Skill is not the key. Presence is. And presence is available to everyone, right now, in this moment. Historical practitioners of meditative arts often reported enhanced sleep quality after sessions of focused flow. Not because they were physically exhausted, though they may have been, but because their nervous systems had been allowed to shift, to move out of fight or flight and into rest and digest, to remember what calm feels like. Mindful art engagement strengthens neural pathways for sustained calm, building resilience over time. Each time you enter flow, it becomes a little easier to return. Your brain begins to recognize the state. It learns the pattern. And over weeks and months, you find that you can access calm more readily, even when life feels chaotic. Flow fosters self-efficacy, replacing worry with quiet confidence and gentle accomplishment. When you make something, even something small, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can focus, that you can create. And that quiet proof, that gentle reminder, can carry you through many difficult moments. As your breath softens now, notice how learning itself can become a form of rest. You are not being asked to do anything. You are not being tested or judged. You are simply listening, absorbing, allowing these words to wash over you like a gentle tide. And in that allowing, something inside you begins to settle, to soften, to prepare for sleep. Mandalas, circular designs from ancient Tibetan and Indian traditions, symbolize wholeness and guide the creator into balanced calm. A mandala is not just a picture. It is a map of the universe, a reflection of the self, a doorway into stillness. And for thousands of years, people have created them as a way of finding center, finding peace. Drawing a mandala encourages symmetrical focus, gently occupying the mind to dissolve distractions and invite relaxation. You start at the center. You work outward. Each line mirrors the last. Each shape echoes the one before. And in that repetition, in that rhythm, the mind begins to quiet, as if the mandala itself is drawing you inward, towards stillness. In Buddhist traditions, mandala creation represents impermanence, teaching gentle letting go for emotional tranquility. The monks create intricate sand mandalas over days or weeks, grain by grain, with infinite patience. And when they are finished, they sweep it all away. Not with sadness, but with acceptance. Because the making was the gift, not the keeping. Ancient monks used mandala sand painting as a meditative ritual, finding flow in each precise grain placement. Imagine the silence of that room. The soft tap of the funnel. The steady breath. The complete absorption in placing one grain, then another, then another. Time becomes irrelevant. The mind becomes still. And in that stillness, something deeper emerges. Completing a mandala section by section builds a soothing rhythm, ideal for unwinding before sleep. You do not have to finish it all at once. You can work on one petal, one ring, one layer, and then set it aside. And when you return, the mandala is waiting, patient and unchanging, ready to receive your attention again. The intricate patterns of mandalas mirror natural forms, flowers, snowflakes, galaxies, connecting creators to a larger sense of peaceful harmony. When you draw a mandala, you are not inventing something new. You are echoing what already exists. The spirals of shells, the symmetry of petals, the endless cycles of nature. And in that echoing, you remember that you are part of something vast and beautiful. Coloring or painting mandalas today induces flow, with studies showing reduced heart rate and deeper calm. You do not need to be a monk or an artist. You can pick up a coloring book, choose a few colors, and begin. The simple act of filling in shapes, of choosing where the blue goes and where the red begins, can quiet your nervous system in ways that words cannot. Mandalas from Navajo traditions in America also promote healing through focused, contemplative design. Sand paintings are created for ceremonies, for healing, for marking transitions. And like the Tibetan mandalas, they are temporary. They are made, they are honored, and then they are released. Return to the earth. Return to the wind. The act of erasing a temporary mandala, as Tibetan monks do, teaches acceptance and easing the mind toward restful surrender. It is a practice of non-attachment, of recognizing that all things are temporary, including your worries, your fears, your tight grip on control. You make it beautiful. You let it go. And in the letting go, you find freedom. Modern adaptations of mandala art and wellness retreats foster the same timeless flow ancients experienced. In quiet rooms with soft music, people gather to draw circles, to color patterns, to lose themselves in the repetition. And when they emerge, they are calmer, softer, more present, because the mandala has done its work. Mindful mistakes in creating mandalas teach gentle self-compassion, reminding us that beauty exists in the imperfect. A line that wobbles, a color that bleeds, a shape that doesn't quite match. None of it ruins the mandala. In fact, it often makes it more beautiful, more human, more real. And that lesson, that gentle permission to be imperfect, is something you can carry with you into sleep. Completing small mandala sections provides soothing closure, a sense of wholeness before sleep. You don't have to finish the entire thing. You can complete one ring, one segment, one small piece, and feel satisfied. That small completion signals to your brain that something has been resolved, something has been finished, and now it is time to rest. Visualizing a mandala now, its patterns spiraling gently inward, can guide your mind toward rest. Picture it in your mind's eye. A circle. Layers within layers. Colors blending and repeating. And as you watch it in your imagination, let your breath match its rhythm. Slow. Steady. Circular. Drawing you deeper, deeper, toward the quiet center where sleep lives. Ikebana, the Japanese art of flower arrangement dating to the 7th century, emphasizes minimalism and mindful placement. It is not about filling a vase with as many flowers as possible. It is about choosing one stem, one branch, one bloom, and placing it with such care that it speaks louder than 100 would. In Ikebana, each stem's positioning requires full presence, drawing the practitioner into gentle creative flow. You hold the branch. You turn it. You consider the angle, the curve, the way the light falls on it. You are not rushing. You are in conversation with the plant, listening to what it wants to say, where it wants to rest. Rooted in Zen Buddhism, Ikebana views arrangement as a dialogue with nature, promoting inner silence. The flowers do not belong to you. You are simply their caretaker for this moment. You are honoring their beauty, their brief life, and in that honoring, you find your own stillness. Ancient samurai learned Ikebana for discipline and calm, finding flow in precise, contemplative cuts. Warriors trained in the art of death also trained in the art of life. They learned to arrange flowers as a way of centering themselves, of finding balance, of remembering that strength and gentleness are not opposites. They are companions. The asymmetry in Ikebana designs reflects life's balance, guiding the mind toward harmonious relaxation. Nothing is perfectly even. One side is taller. One side leans. And yet, it feels balanced. It feels right. And in that acceptance of asymmetry, you learn that balance does not mean sameness. It means harmony. Practicing Ikebana slows breathing naturally, preparing the body for deep, restorative sleep. As you trim a stem, you exhale. As you place it in the vase, you inhale. The rhythm of the work becomes the rhythm of your breath. And your breath, in turn, becomes the rhythm of your rest. Ikebana's focus on space and emptiness invites mental clarity, much like clearing the mind for sleep. The empty space around the flowers is just as important as the flowers themselves. It is the silence between the notes, the pause between the breaths. And in that emptiness, the mind finds room to expand, to relax, to let go of what it has been carrying. Seasonal flowers in Ikebana connect creators to cycles of renewal, evoking peaceful acceptance. Cherry blossoms in spring. Chrysanthemums in autumn. Each season brings its own beauty, its own lesson. And in arranging seasonal flowers, you are reminded that everything has its time. Everything passes. And everything returns. The deliberate pauses in Ikebana practice mirror meditation, fostering profound tranquility. You place one stem. You step back. You observe. You breathe. You wait. And in that waiting, in that pause, something settles. Not just in the arrangement, but in you. Today, Ikebana-inspired arrangements in quiet settings enhance flow and nighttime unwind. You don't need formal training. You can gather a few branches from your yard, a single flower from the grocery store, and spend 10 minutes arranging them. And in those 10 minutes, you will find something that therapy cannot always give you. You will find presence. Tactile focus in arranging stems shifts attention from thoughts to sensations, grounding you. The roughness of bark. The softness of petals. the cool weight of water in the vase. These sensations pull you out of your head and into your body. And in your body, there is less room for worry. Ancient traditions link art to seasonal rhythms for balanced rest, and Ikebana honors this deeply. The flowers remind you that you, too, are part of nature's cycle. You, too, have seasons. And right now, as night falls, it is your season to rest. To close. To let the day end, just as the flowers will one day wilt, and that is not sad. That is simply the way of things. Imagine now a single branch, placed with care, teaching you that less can hold more peace. One branch in an empty vase. One breath in a quiet room. One moment of stillness in a busy life. That is all you need. And tonight, as you drift towards sleep, let that simplicity hold you. Calligraphy, from ancient Chinese and Japanese traditions, turns brush strokes into meditative movement. The brush is not just a tool. It is an extension of your hand, your breath, your intention. And when you move it across paper, you are not writing. You are breathing in ink. In Shodo, Japanese calligraphy, each stroke demands full attention, inducing effortless flow state. You cannot think about the stroke and make it at the same time. If you think, the brush hesitates. If you doubt, the line wavers. You must act with complete commitment, complete presence, or the character will not come alive. Zen calligraphers sought one breath, one stroke, syncing mind and body for deep calm. Inhale as you prepare. Exhale as the brush moves. The stroke is not separate from the breath. The breath is not separate from the stroke. They are one movement, one moment, one gesture of complete presence. In East Asian calligraphy, the breath and the brush stroke move together. Inhale to prepare, exhale to create. This is not a technique. It is a philosophy. It is a way of understanding that creation is not something you do with your hands alone. It is something you do with your whole body, your whole being, your whole breath. The ink's flow on paper mirrors inner energy, guiding practitioners to balanced serenity. Too much pressure, and the ink bleeds. Too little, and the line is faint. You must find the balance. And in finding that balance on paper, you are also finding it inside yourself. You are learning to move through life with just enough effort, and no more. Repetitive practice of characters builds rhythmic focus, soothing the mind like a lullaby. The same character, written 100 times. 1,000 times. And each time, it is slightly different. Each time, you learn something new. And in that repetition, the mind stops resisting. It stops judging. It simply watches, and in watching, it rests. Ancient scholars used calligraphy for contemplation, finding peace in disciplined creation. After a day of study, of debate, of complex thought, they would sit with their brushes and practice characters. Not to perfect them, but to empty themselves. To pour their tension onto the page and leave it there. Calligraphy's emphasis on presence reduces overthinking, ideal for pre-sleep relaxation. When you are focused on the brush, on the ink, on the paper, There is no room for the endless loop of thoughts that usually fills the evening. The mind is occupied, and in that occupation, it finds rest. There is no erasing in traditional calligraphy. Each mark is permanent, teaching acceptance of what is. You make the stroke. It stays. Whether it is perfect or imperfect, it is part of the whole. And in that acceptance, you learn to stop trying to undo the past, to fix what is already done. You learn to move forward, stroke by stroke, breath by breath. The beauty in imperfect strokes, called wabi-sabi, teaches gentle self-acceptance and release. A line that trembles. A character that leans. These are not mistakes. They are signs of life, of humanity, of presence. And when you can see beauty in your imperfect strokes, you can begin to see beauty in your imperfect self. Modern calligraphy sessions often lead to lowered stress and improved sleep readiness. People arrive tense, hurried, distracted. They pick up the brush. They begin. And within minutes, something shifts. The shoulders drop. The jaw unclenches. The breath deepens. And by the end, they are calm. Ready for rest. Holding the brush lightly encourages relaxed posture, easing physical tension throughout the body. If you grip the brush tightly, your hand cramps. Your wrist aches. Your whole arm tenses. But if you hold it lightly, as if it might float away, your whole body softens. And that softness, that ease, ripples outward from your hand to your heart. As you drift now, imagine a brush moving across paper, soft and sure, carrying you toward dreams. The ink flows. The paper receives. And somewhere in that simple exchange, in that meeting of brush and surface, you find what you have been looking for. Not perfection. Not achievement. But peace. Simple, quiet peace. And that is enough. Pottery, an ancient art across cultures like Native American and Japanese raku, centers on the wheel's spin. The wheel turns beneath your hands, constant and patient, and the clay rises, falls, opens, closes, all in response to the gentlest pressure. It is a conversation without words, a dance without steps, just touch and breath and the steady hum of the wheel. Throwing clay requires centered focus, drawing hands and mind into harmonious flow. Before you can shape the clay, you must center it. You must bring it to the exact middle of the wheel, balanced and still within its own spin. And in that centering, you are also centering yourself. Your breath steadies. Your thoughts quiet. Everything narrows to this one point, this one moment. The tactile sensation of wet clay grounds the creator, promoting embodied relaxation. The coolness of it. The smoothness. The way it yields under your fingers and then pushes back, gently, as if it has its own will. Working with clay pulls you out of your head and into your hands, into your body, into the present moment where worry cannot follow. Ancient potters viewed vessel forming as life-creating, infusing calm and tension into every curve. A bowl to hold water. A jar to store grain. A cup to drink from. These were not mere objects. They were gifts, offerings, extensions of care. And in making them, the potter was not just shaping clay. They were shaping love, patience, and intention into something that would nourish others. Wheel pottery's rhythm mimics a heartbeat, syncing body and breath for deeper tranquility. The wheel spins. Your hands pulse gently inward, then release. Inward, then release. Like a heartbeat. Like breathing. And as your body finds that rhythm, it remembers something ancient, something primal, something that knows how to rest. In indigenous American traditions, pottery coils build mindfulness layer by layer, teaching patience. No wheel. No machine. Just hands rolling clay into long ropes, then stacking them, one on top of another, smoothing the joins, building upward slowly. Each coil is a breath. Each layer is a choice to continue. And in that slow building, there is no rush, no deadline, only the gentle accumulation of effort into form. Shaping clay releases emotional tension, much like kneading away the stress of the day. You press into the clay. You push. You pull. And the clay absorbs it all. It takes the pressure, the frustration, the tightness you've been carrying, and it holds it for you. And when you step away, when you wash your hands, you leave some of that tension behind, dissolved into the clay, no longer yours to carry. Hand-building pottery encourages slow, intuitive flow without mechanical aids or rushing. A pinch pot. A slab vessel. A sculptural form. You work at the pace your hands want to work. You follow the shape that wants to emerge. There is no correct way. There is only your way, unfolding slowly, patiently, in its own time. Weaving, from ancient looms in Egyptian, Andean, and Native American basketry, interlaces threads mindfully. Over, under. Over, under. The shuttle passes through. The beater presses the threads tight. And slowly, row by row, something that did not exist begins to take form. A blanket. A basket. A prayer made visible. The shuttle's back and forth motion creates repetitive flow, soothing like ocean waves lapping the shore. You do not have to think about it after a while. Your hands know. Over, under. Back, forth. The rhythm takes over, and you ride it like a boat on gentle water, rocking, swaying, held by the motion itself. Ancient weavers chanted or meditated while working, turning craft into spiritual practice. In some traditions, the loom was sacred space. Songs were woven into the threads. Prayers were pressed into the cloth. And when the weaving was finished, it carried not just fibers, but the spirit of the one who made it, their calm, their focus, their devotion. Navajo weaving traditions emphasize harmony and balance for healing, thread by sacred thread. Designs mirror the landscape. Patterns reflect the cosmos. And the weaver sits at the center, bringing order out of chaos, bringing beauty out of raw wool, bringing healing into the world one thread at a time. The tactile rhythm of weaving lowers cortisol, preparing the nervous system for rest. Your hands move. Your body sways slightly. Your breath slows. And deep inside, your body begins to understand that it is safe. That it can let go. That the alert, vigilant state it has been holding all day is no longer needed. The weaving tells your body, it is time to rest now. And so, as you imagine these ancient hands, shaping clay, threading looms, building vessels layer by patient layer, let your own hands soften where they rest. Let your body remember that it, too, is made of earth. That it, too, knows the rhythm of making and resting, of effort and release. And tonight, it is time to release. To rest. To let the wheel of the day spin to a stop. Sumi-e ink painting, a Zen tradition from China and Japan, captures essence in few strokes. Not every detail. Not every leaf on the branch. Only the essential. The spirit. The truth. And in painting that truth with just a few gestures, the artist learns to see what is truly important and to let the rest fall away. One breath brushwork in Sumi-e demands complete presence for effortless flow and inner quiet. You dip the brush. You inhale. You exhale as the brush moves across the paper. One breath. One stroke. If you hesitate, the line shows it. If you doubt, the ink pools and bleeds. You must move with complete commitment, trusting the stroke before you understand it. Emptiness on paper reflects mindfulness, inviting spacious calm into both art and mind. A single branch painted in the corner. The rest of the paper untouched. White. Open. Empty. And in that emptiness, there is not absence. There is possibility. There is breath. There is the quiet space where peace lives. Ancient painters sought nature's spirit, bamboo, mountains, mist, finding peace in simplicity. They did not paint what they saw. They painted what they felt. The strength of bamboo bending in wind. The stillness of mountains at dawn. The way mist softens the world, blurring edges, dissolving boundaries, turning everything soft and dreamlike. Sumi-e's emphasis on impermanence teaches non-attachment, helping release the day's burdens for emotional ease. Ink on absorbent paper cannot be controlled completely. It spreads. It fades. It does what it wants. And the painter learns to work with that, not against it. To let go of control. To accept what comes. And in that acceptance, something inside loosens, something that has been held too tightly for too long. Enso circles in Sumi-e symbolize enlightenment and perfect calm, drawn in a single, unbroken motion. The brush touches the paper. It travels in a circle. It lifts. And what remains is not quite perfect. It is open in one place, thick in another, thin where the ink ran out. And yet it is perfect, because it is whole, because it is complete in its incompleteness. Diluting ink mindfully mirrors the practice of balancing inner states, dark to light, tension to peace. You add water to the ink. A little more. A little more. You test it on scrap paper. Too dark. Too light. You adjust. You try again. And in that process of finding the right tone, you are also learning to find balance inside yourself. To soften what is too harsh. To deepen what is too faint. Evening sommelier sessions historically aided contemplative rest, preparing the mind for sleep. After the day's work, scholars and monks would sit with their brushes, painting bamboo or plum blossoms by candlelight. Not to create masterpieces, but to empty themselves. To let the day flow out through the brush and onto the paper, leaving them lighter, quieter, ready for dreams. Practice reduces perfectionism, promoting relaxed creativity where mistakes become part of the beauty. A stroke that bleeds too far. A branch that angles wrong. A mountain that leans. None of it is a mistake. All of it is the truth of this moment, this breath, this hand, this brush. And when you can see that truth is beautiful, you stop trying so hard to control everything. You let things be as they are. Creative absorption in sommelier mirrors the dream state's free association, where images flow without effort. Bamboo becomes wind. Wind becomes water. Water becomes mountain. The images shift and blend, and you do not question them. You simply let them come, one after another, like thoughts drifting through a quiet mind, like dreams unfolding in the dark. Post-flow euphoria from painting often transitions smoothly to sleepiness, like a gentle bridge to rest. You set the brush down. You look at what you've made. And there's a quiet satisfaction, a soft warmth, a sense of completion that does not demand anything more. And that satisfaction, that gentle closing, tells your body that the work is done. That it is safe now to let go. To sleep. And so, as you imagine a brush moving across white paper, black ink spreading like smoke, a single stroke capturing a lifetime of wind and bamboo, let your mind follow that stroke. Let it move without thinking. Let it flow without planning. And as it flows, let it carry you deeper, softer, into the space where images dissolve and sleep begins. Learning ancient arts today reconnects us to timeless human tranquility, a wisdom carried through generations. Thousands of years of hands shaping clay. Thousands of years of brushes painting bamboo. Thousands of years of threads passing through looms. And all of it, all of that patient, focused making, has led to this moment, to you, lying here, learning that the same peace they found is available to you. Even beginners experience mini-flow moments, building relaxation with each small, focused act. You do not need to master anything. You do not need to become skilled or trained or certified. You only need to pick up a pencil, a piece of clay, a needle, and begin. And in beginning, even clumsily, even uncertainly, you will find small moments where the world falls away and there is only this. Only now. Only the making. Pairing art practice with soft ambient sounds enhances meditative depth and opens doorways to calm. Rain falling. Soft music. The hum of a room. These sounds do not distract. They cradle. They hold you while your hands work, and together, the sound and the making create a space that is softer than either alone. Visualizing ancient artists' calm, their steady hands, quiet rooms, inspires personal serenity within you now. Picture a monk at a low table, grinding ink. A potter at a wheel, hands slick with clay. A weaver at a loom, shuttle passing back and forth in the golden light of evening. These images are not just history. They are invitations. Invitations to slow down, to breathe, to remember that you, too, can live this way. Flow in creation releases endorphins for natural relaxation, a gentle reward from your own nervous system. Not the sharp high of sugar or screens, but something softer. A quiet glow. A sense of well-being that comes from using your hands, from making something, from engaging with the world in a way that feels true and good and human. Sharing ancient art stories evokes collective human peace, reminding us we are never alone in seeking rest. Every culture, every corner of the world, has found ways to create beauty slowly, mindfully, with care. And in knowing that, you are connected to all of them. You are part of that lineage. You are held by that history. You are not alone. The ancients knew, creation is a gateway to rest, and you carry that gateway within you. You do not have to travel anywhere. You do not have to buy anything. You do not have to become anyone other than who you are. The gateway is already here. In your hands. In your breath. In your willingness to try, to make, to be present for just a few moments with something simple and beautiful. Your mind softens now, body heavy, thoughts drifting like ink in water. Can you feel it? The way your limbs are sinking into the surface beneath you? The way your thoughts are slowing, spreading, becoming less distinct? Like ink dropped into clear water, swirling, dissolving, fading into something soft and formless. Let go, rest is allowed tonight, and you have permission to simply be. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to finish everything. You do not have to be perfect or productive or useful. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to soften. You are allowed to let the day end and the night begin. If sleep comes slowly, peace is still here, holding you gently in this moment. Sometimes sleep arrives quickly. Sometimes it takes its time. And that is okay. Because even if you are not yet asleep, you are resting. You are lying still. You are breathing slowly. You are giving your body and mind the space they need to unwind, to release, to prepare. And that is enough. Return tomorrow for more serene creation, for more stories, for more rest. This is not a one-time thing. This space, this practice, this gentle unwinding through ancient wisdom, it will be here whenever you need it. Tomorrow night. Next week. Whenever the world feels too fast and you need to remember how to slow down. Over time, these ancient rhythms become your comforting ritual, like revisiting a quiet studio in your mind, for deep, restorative sleep. You will begin to associate these stories, these images, these gentle invitations with rest. And when you hear them, your body will know. It will recognize the cue. It will understand that it is time to let go. And sleep will come more easily, more naturally, like returning to a place you have always known. Feel your breath soften, body heavy, mind at ease. Your chest rises and falls, slow and steady. Your body sinks a little deeper with each exhale. Your mind drifts, no longer holding on to thoughts, simply watching them pass like clouds across a wide, open sky. You are safe. You are held. You are resting in the wisdom of thousands of years of human hands making beauty slowly, patiently, with love. And tonight, that same patience, that same love, surrounds you, holds you, lets you rest. Sleep now, or simply be here, breathing, drifting, knowing that creation and rest are not opposites. They are companions. And in this moment, you are held by both. By the ancient artists who knew how to find peace in their making. And by your own body, which knows how to find peace in letting go. Rest now. Dream now. Or simply float here, in this soft, dark space, where nothing is required of you except to breathe, and be, and allow the night to hold you, as gently as a potter holds clay, as carefully as a calligrapher holds a brush, as tenderly as the earth holds seeds through the long winter, until they are ready to grow again. Rest. You are ready. And rest is here, waiting for you, patient and kind.